I'm Elena Ruiz, 29, and from the outside, my family was Seattle's postcard perfect success story. Our waterfront condo, with its sleek glass windows and curated patio, screamed achievement. My parents Miguel and Sofia built a tech startup empire, and my younger brother Diego, 24, was their golden child. But one shattered window changed everything. One moment I was in my loft, the next I was on the floor, my arms screaming with pain, blood soaking my sleeve. The doctor said I was lucky. 2 inches deeper, and I'd have lost it. But when I woke in the hospital, my parents' faces weren't worried, they were calculating. Then I heard Diego's whispered excuse, and it broke me more than the glass ever could. Here's how X-rays exposed the cracks in our family. Growing up, the Ruiz family was the envy of our queen and neighborhood. Dad's coding genius and mom's marketing savvy made their app a household name. Diego and I were the polished kids at private school, with ski trips to Whistler and summers in Spain. But behind closed doors, Diego was the star. I was the responsible one, expected to ace exams and keep the peace, while Diego's creative spirit got a free pass. At 10, he smashed a tablet when he lost a game. Mom called it passion. At 15, he punched a hole in a classmate's locker over a bad grade. Dad laughed it off as boys being boys. If I'd done that, I'd have been grounded for life. By college, I was Diego's fixer. When he crashed his girlfriend's car after a fight, I covered the deductible. When he got kicked out of a bar for throwing a bottle, I picked him up at 2 a.m., lying to our parents about his flu. I thought that's what sisters did. Clean up messes. I became a physical therapist, finding purpose in helping others heal, while Diego flitted through graphic design gigs, funded by our parents' endless investment in his talent. 3 months before the incident, Diego's outbursts worsened. He smashed a coffee shop window over a wrong order. He shoved a cousin at a family reunion for joking about his freelance life. My parents excused it, he's stressed, he's sensitive. I tried raising it at dinner. Diego's anger is out of control, I said, washing dishes. Maybe therapy? Mom's eyes flashed. Not everything needs a doctor. Elena. He's fine. Dad added, you're the stable one. Diego needs more support. I left feeling dismissed, retreating to my loft, a cozy space with a glass balcony door I loved for its view of Puget Sound. That Sunday, I just finished a 10-hour shift at Harborview Medical Center, my body begging for rest. Diego texted, need to talk. At your place in 5. Typical Diego. No regard for my schedule. I replied, asking to reschedule. His response, this is urgent. Be there soon. He barged in, reeking of last night's party, eyes wild. Clara dumped me, he spat, pacing my living room. Said I'm too volatile. Can you believe that? Clara was his latest girlfriend, a barista who seemed sweet. I offered tea, but he ignored me. She's wrong, right? Tell me I'm not the problem. Diego, I'm sorry, but maybe there's truth to it, I said, exhaustion loosening my filter. Your outbursts, smashing things, getting physical, it's not normal. His face darkened. You're just like Clara, judging me. I pressed on. Therapy could help. Lots of people do it to manage anger. He laughed, sharp and bitter. Therapy? You think I'm broken? Miss Perfect, always looking down on me. His words stung. I'd barely dated since my ex left for a job in Denver, too busy fixing Diego's chaos. This isn't about me, I said. It's about you hurting people. You're jealous, he snarled. Always have been. Mom and Dad say so. That hit hard. I'd spent years covering for him, not competing. I'm not jealous, Diego. I'm tired. His eyes blazed, and he grabbed my ceramic mug, hurling it at the wall. Shards flew. Diego, stop. I shouted. He stormed to the balcony door. You want normal? Here's normal. He slammed it so hard the glass exploded, a jagged shard slicing my forearm. Pain seared as I fell, blood pooling. Diego froze, horror replacing rage. Elena, I didn't. Then I blacked out. Beeping monitors woke me. Dr. Lin, a surgeon with kind eyes, leaned over. Elena, you're at Harborview. You've got a deep laceration and a fractured ulna. We repaired the artery, but you'll need therapy to regain full arm function. My parents rushed in, faces tight.
Elena, thank God, Mom said, but her eyes darted nervously. Dad added, we came when the hospital called.
Dr. Lin frowned. Your injuries suggest high-velocity glass impact, not a fall.
Can you clarify? Mom cut in. She's clumsy, probably tripped.
I stared, stunned. Why lie? Dr. Lin asked for privacy.
Mom whispered, say you fell, Elena.
For Diego. They left, and the truth sank in. They were protecting him, again. My arm throbbed, but their betrayal hurt worse. My coworker, Javier, visited, sensing the tension. What's going on? He asked. I hesitated, then spilled everything. Diego's outburst, the glass, my parents' cover-up.
You need to tell the truth, Javier urged. For your recovery and his.
The next day, Dr. Lin showed me X-rays. The fracture pattern shows a sharp, forceful impact. Glass, not a fall. We need the real story for your care. I took a breath. My brother slammed the door.
Glass hit my arm.
Relief flooded me, then guilt. Dr. Lin nodded. We'll report this to social services. It's protocol for potential violence. Panic hit, but Javier's words echoed. Truth breaks cycles. Officer Chen arrived with a social worker, Lisa Tran. I gave a statement, detailing Diego's history of rage. My parents stormed in later, furious.
You're ruining Diego's life.
Mom cried. He's got a design contract pending. Dad added, this stays in the family. I held firm. He broke my arm. The X-rays don't lie. They left, seething, but Diego came the next day, pale and quiet. I'm sorry, Elena. I didn't mean it. Mom and Dad said to say you fell, but I know I messed up. His remorse seemed real, but I wasn't ready to forgive. The DA offered Diego a diversion program. Therapy, anger management, no charges if he complied. My parents resisted, but Dad later admitted, we enabled him too long. Mom struggled, clinging to privacy. I moved in with Javier temporarily. My loft's memories too raw. Aunt Carla, estranged for years, visited, revealing Diego's hidden past. A teacher he'd threatened, a neighbor's car he'd vandalized, all buried by my parents. You did right, she said. Truth saves people. 6 months later, I'm back in my loft, the glass door replaced with wood. My arms healing, scars fading. Diego's in therapy, showing progress. Family sessions are tense but honest, rebuilding trust. I'm dating again, stronger in my boundaries. The X-rays exposed more than bone. They revealed a family built on denial. Speaking the truth wasn't betrayal. It was love, setting us all free to heal.